So I got another topic here for you, and this one's pretty much off court. It's not on court, but it looks like LeBron James had words with First Take star Stephen A. Smith, ESPN First Take, one of the top shows, sports shows on ESPN. I think it's the #1 sports show, if I'm not mistaken. For years running.
It's been for years.
It's been for years. And, Stephen A. built an empire with this thing, because I remember when Stephen A. pretty much started out when he was writing for the Philadelphia Inquirer as a writer. He's covered basketball since his college days because he played basketball in college. And to me, it looks like you build yourself up to a point where, somehow, some way it seems like I'm looking for the right word to say because I want to be very respectful the way I say it about this, but I'm just saying humble. So I'm going to use the word humble. So it looks like LeBron had words with him courtside at the Lakers game. Stephen A. was sitting courtside with some people, I guess his agent, he said his agent, and I forgot the other person he named. But LeBron went over and had words with him, and it didn't look like it was a very friendly conversation to me from my vantage point, right? So it looks like Stephen A. made some comments about Bronny. Yeah. And Stephen A. made some comments about Bronny, and I guess LeBron took that to heart, because anytime you have kids, and I don't have children, but I'm pretty sure that if I had children, I would feel the same way. That, look, you could talk about me all day long. If I'm an athlete, talk about me, but don't bring my family into it. And I think that's what LeBron's perspective was, and you help correct me if I'm wrong with that. He actually told Stephen A. in some words, and Stephen A. said they were not nice words, according to when he responded to it.
It had to be a lot of profanity because he said it cannot hit airways.
Exactly. What do you think about that? You think Stephen A. should have kind of not mentioned Bronny? Or because Stephen A.'s job is actually to talk about sports and to talk about
sports, exactly,
his perspective, to certain things. Now you have to pretty much ride a fine line. You have to basically tightrope it where you're not technically like Joel Embiid with that reporter in the Philadelphia locker room when he went after that reporter about his brother, his dead brother, and I guess his son or whatever. These athletes are very sensitive to a lot of things. Just like we were talking about Shannon Sharp a week ago on our show. They're very sensitive. A lot of them are very arrogant. A lot of them are just as sensitive to the fact that when you bring their families into certain things, because I know KD has had words about Stephen A., on social media as well. You think Stephen A. has went too far talking about certain athletes and if it's family members involved? What do you think?
Me personally, I don't think it was. I think LeBron approached him wrong when Stephen A. was talking about it. Now, Stephen A. is talking about the way how LeBron has put his son on this pedestal that made people take shots at him and makes it very easy for to do it. Now, if you just brought the guy, I ain't gonna call him a boy, but you just brought the young man up to play the sport, because everybody know he also got him on the team. So if he just play the sport, guide him, and just play basketball and don't brag about anything or try to put him over nobody will even say this stuff. LeBron has already been spoken about since he was a teenager, whether it was good or bad. So when you say that your son is better than some players or even half the players in the league, and then not only he's nowhere near the talent of what the league is showing right now, and he's not playing. Him and DK, Dalton Connect, they're both rookies, and guess what? Dalton Connect averaged way more points. He averaged way more minutes than Bronny. But your son, the son that you're talking about, your son is better than all the players that you just mentioned. I mean, that's crazy. Now, how you mean tell me your son is better than how many players is in the league? 400 or 500 players. So your son is top all those players. Really? So guess what? They're gonna take the pressure out on you. And the thing is, Stephen A. don't like that, because Stephen A. wants the young dude to elevate his game and get better, not to people to take shots out. That's why LeBron said that he's pulling away from social media, because he sees so much negative waves coming towards his son, and his son's not even playing. But the thing is, just like LeVar Ball, when LeVar Ball was trying to bring up Lonzo Ball, guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what all the other players, because he said he was better than Steph Curry. Steph Curry was at least top 5 in the league that year at the time. So you mean to tell me your son that never played professional basketball at all is already top 4? So guess what? Somebody like Patrick Beverly, the first game he ever had to play, dogged him out. So what Stephen A was telling LeBron meant, like, can you chill? Like, your son, we know your son is the reason why your son's there. You're the reason why your son's getting the heat that he's getting. LeBron doesn't even do press interviews. When have you ever seen him speak about anything? But guess what? He gets that much negative waves towards him. So that's really what Stephen A was talking about. But guess what? LeBron got real sensitive to his son. LeBron was getting negative waves at 20 years old. LeBron's been in the league since 18. He's been in the league since 18. So 18, 19, 20, he already had 3 years of negative stuff. He didn't make the playoffs his first 2 seasons. His own owner was talking about him already. That we're paying you all this money, we ain't going nowhere. When you can't, your son is a professional adult, because he's 20 years old. He's an adult. And you mean to tell me they can't even speak on him? That he just got sensitive about it. He's a grown man. 20 years old, he's a grown man. If he can't speak for himself, then guess what? That's already an issue then.
So let me ask you this, and if you had a son and he was in your mold and he followed you to play professional sports, it doesn't necessarily have to be basketball. Because I'm trying to look at it from LeBron's perspective more so than Stephen A's perspective, because Stephen A, he has kids as well. But when you have a child and you want that child to be the best they can be, and you mold them into something that you try to set them on course to be successful like you were, the child may not ever be a superstar like you were or are. But how would you feel if you had a sports reporter come along and say, well, you know, Najee's son, it's nepotism. He got him into the league, got the team that he wanted, that he's on, to draft him. When you take some offense to that as a father, wouldn't you take some offense to that?
I mean, yeah, of course you're gonna take some offense to it, but guess what? You still gotta give your son even the opportunity to do it. Like I just said, he doesn't even play. He played, technically he's on the Laker roster, but he don't even get a chance to even play. So
he's in G League, right?
He goes from the G League into the league of the pro games also. But the thing is, he doesn't even play to even shut the people's mouths up. He's a grown man. Let him talk. It actually made him look even softer. Like, you're 20 years old, your dad gotta speak for you? You're the same age as Wemby. Wemby's 20 years old. Do you see his mom and his dad approaching people saying, hey man, you live there with my son? Come on, man. He's a grown man.
Well, let me just say
20 years old, he's a grown man.
How did you think Stephen A handled the response to it? Because I think Stephen A handled it well. I think Stephen A took the high road with it, because if he would have tried to strike back, it would have been a situation where Stephen A would have been compromised, in my opinion, because Stephen A works for ESPN. LeBron James is all world. He's a superstar player. ESPN, probably 80 to 100% of their coverage goes into covering LeBron James along with other stars in the NBA.
Exactly.
It would have been a lose-lose situation for Stephen A.
He was not going to win. The only thing he could do was just take it in.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, just before he made his segment on it, he said himself he did not want to even touch the subject. But the thing is, it's going so viral, and ESPN said, we got to speak on it. We got to say something, because now we're waiting on a response. LeBron's not going to talk to the media about that, because he wants to say it to Stephen A and let it be it. Stephen A, all eyes on you, bro, because you're the top dog already. So you mean to tell me LeBron approached you like that with an angry face, and you know what it's about, and people near him probably already heard what he said. So
no doubt about it.
Something has to be said. Something has to be said.
No doubt about it. And to add to that, Stephen A. Smith, for a long time, and I've always been a big Stephen A. Smith fan. I have respect for the guy. I don't know him. I've never met him, but there has been times Stephen A. Smith have said things about people, and there has been a lot of pushback from some of the things that he said over the years about not just basketball players, but football players, all different types of sports that he covers. Listen, exactly. He's a reporter. He took the long road to get where he is now. But I think what happens is when you get to a level that Stephen A. has gotten to, where he's one of the top paid ESPN analysts, if not the top paid for ESPN. I think they are negotiating a new contract for him.
Oh yeah, he's top dog. He's paid far more than anybody. There's nobody close to him.
So when you get that arrogance comes along with that, by the way. We're all human beings. Yeah, we get to the point where we make all of this money.
Whatever job you get, because you're the level of humbleness is not the same no more.
It's not the same. And you spot on with that. And I think what has happened with Stephen A. is he just met the wrong person to make a comment about, because LeBron James, once again, is all world. That was a battle he was never going to win, no matter if he would have struck back, no matter whatever. So he has to walk a tightrope. I thought he took the high road. He said one of his quotes was that, it wasn't the basketball player that was talking to him about his son. It was a father. And I think that was well said by Stephen A., because that was a father defending his son. At least he felt like he needed to defend him. And those are subjects that reporters, people like you and I who do podcasts, we have to walk a tightrope on how we comment about certain things, because the more popular you become, the bigger following you have, the more people you can reach. And Stephen A. has millions and millions of followers. I've seen Stephen A. on live TV say he don't give a damn what people think about him. Well, obviously he gives a damn what LeBron thinks. He gives a damn what LeBron thinks, because LeBron got more money than Stephen A. He's got more fame than Stephen A. He's got more everything than Stephen A. So when it's all said and done, that was just something that he ran into a buzzsaw, in my opinion. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Like he approached me, the LeBron walked to where he was at.
Exactly.
They were supposed to go to a huddle and get their stuff together, and he walked to him. They're like,
he stepped to him. He stepped to him to deal with him as a man, because LeBron stepped to him as a man. LeBron didn't come at him any other way than as a man. I'm gonna approach you face to face, because that's how you do it. I mean, that's the old way of doing it. Look, you don't talk behind my back. I don't want to call you. I don't need to call you or text you, because there was rumors spreading that, why didn't LeBron text him, or why didn't LeBron just, put feedback on social media
or something?
Exactly. There's no need for that. He put it out there so the whole world can see that, look, I don't like what you said about my son, the perception of what you said. I don't like it. And at the end of the day, I'm going to let you know, in other words, that be very careful mentioning my son. If you could steer clear of it, steer clear of it. But,
everybody got their own opinion, though. You can't be sensitive about it. They don't have segments when they see Jaylen Brown talk about him saying, he's not that good. You had Devin Booker. He's not professional. He's not that good yet. So, there's nobody talking deliberately bad about him. A lot of them just saying he's not ready. What's wrong about saying you're not ready? They're not saying he's trash. I don't know why the hell he's even here. I'll understand that. That's disrespectful. But for you to say, he's not even good yet. Let that man still develop. Well, that's nothing wrong. You gotta have some type of You got to be able to be critiqued some type of way. You can't be totally sensitive about everything. Every time Stephen A. talks about LeBron, he makes sure that he stepped on every step he has to make sure that he does not disrespect him. When he said he's a great top 2 player, that he's a philanthropist and everything else, he makes sure that he's not disrespected any type of way. I look at his segment all the time, and every time he talks about LeBron, he already says is people get sensitive about LeBron, saying that he's number 2. How the hell is that disrespectful to say that thousands of players that played this game ever, and he's number 2 behind Jordan?
Right. So this is my take, and I'm going to do the final take on it before we go to the next topic. There could be deeper, there could be some deeper divide between LeBron and Stephen A, and the public may not ever find out about it. When athletes take a disliking to certain people, they may take a disliking for whatever reason, and then something else might trigger it, like when Stephen A mentioned his son and said, "Look, man, let me go check this joker, man. Let me go check this guy." Because, first of all, I might not even care for him anyway. I'm not saying this is what LeBron thinks of Stephen A, because I don't know. LeBron is his own man, but it's usually something of a something deeper that's involved to make him go out in public in front of millions of people